3, 2, 1. Welcome to Cash Cuties, a super personal finance podcast where we analyze our friends' private credit card statements and judge their spending habits. With love, I'm your host, Fumi Abe.
And I'm Steffie Bake. If you're listening on your Apple Pod app, please leave a review, hit follow on Spotify, and sub to our YouTube channel. And all the links are available in the episode description. So check it out.
Hell yeah. And I do have to apologize if it's cold in here, Steffi. It's because fucking SoCal Gas, the gas company of Southern California, sent all their clients an email saying, we're going to double your fucking gas. I think they said like forever.
What?
I think they said like just they never gave an end date. It was just kind of like it's just double now.
No way. Because I know that during the winter it already goes up just because we're using more heat.
I know, but that's not why. They're doubling the rate because of the war or something.
Oh my god.
Anyways, my bill was fucking $560 for the month of January because I literally just left it on because I was like, it's cold. And you know what? I don't mind paying a little extra. That's okay.
That's ridiculous.
560 divided by 2 is what, 280? I would not mind paying 280 because I'm like, okay, I use it every day.
Yeah.
But 560? Ugh.
Where'd you get that money?
Where'd I get that?
Where'd you get the
I'm an adult and I have money. Where did you get that money to pay for
Did you have to strip for like that one just for the warmth of a house?
Just for the warmth.
Are you one of those people that need to keep the heat, like you need it to be really warm, like extra hot? Or will you layer?
I like to have it warm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna blast it to make it 80, but I'm willing to like splurge on heat a little bit because I like to be comfortable. But again, I have a limit. Like 280 is fine. 560 is not fine.
Dude, that's ridiculous for just the two of you.
No, it's insane. So we don't really have it on anymore. We just turn it on like in the morning a little bit, but like we just layer up. But fuck, man. I mean, it didn't feel good. It's fucking utilities.
I haven't checked mine. I haven't been here
for 2 weeks. That's insane that you don't check. What do you mean you don't check?
No, it's on auto pay. I don't check. Do you check when you have it on auto pay?
Well, I have it on auto pay except when it goes above 300, and that's why I got an email being like, "Hey, like you have to approve this purchase or else we'll not charge you." Because in my mind, I'm like, if it goes over 300, it must be a mistake. But they just doubled the rate for it.
Are you using the oven more too? Because it's the winter. Do you think that has something to play with? You did give me sweet potato.
I did give you sweet potato earlier.
And the crazy part, can I say something, is having 3 sweet potatoes in there. Yeah. With the use of the oven, that's a waste of gas.
What are you talking about right now?
That's only 3 sweet potatoes for the whole oven to use. You need to put like...
You make more?
Bro, I put the whole bag in.
You trying to open up a fucking store? What are you talking about right now?
Do you notice what I do?
Sometimes I'll just do one.
Oh my god!
Is this insane? Are you insane or am I insane? Let us know in the comments who's insane. How many sweet potatoes do you roast at once? Let us know,
bro.
Dude, I think 3 is fine. They're a pretty hefty size, you know. You put in the whole bag.
I put the whole Trader Joe's
you don't
bag,
eat it all,
and then
do you?
No, and then I save it, and then like I make friends using my sweet potato. I give them to
people. You make friends using
it?
Yeah. What do you mean you make friends?
It's like something I'm very proud of is how I make my sweet potatoes.
And then you like pass it out in the streets and you talk to people.
Yeah, I mean not the streets. Like people that I want to get closer to, I'll have some in my bag.
Instead of being like,
some,
bro, instead of being like, hey yo, let me get your Instagram, you give them a fucking sweet potato.
I like to see their reaction because the ones that I have are very pruned up and weird looking. So when people see it, they're like, "What?"
It reminds me.
Good.
I don't know how you make it like that. It reminds me of like this is like a thing now where like skinny girls are wearing the jeans and there's like space between their jeans.
I'm doing.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
You're like you do that a little bit, but it's like a jeans thing. You know what I'm talking about?
I know. Exactly.
And they purposely buy jeans that are like a little bit bigger, but it was like that, but Japanese sweet potato edition. And I liked it. It was kind of turning me on.
They're like baggy.
Yeah, they're like...
you were turned on by the sweet
a little bit, because there was so much space between the skin and the meat. And I was like, what the fuck? This is kind of cute.
Anyways, so how are you doing financially outside of the $600 that you don't have?
Okay, so today's February 2nd. So I guess I can talk about the month of January. Again, I mentioned last week that like, hey, I'm full-time comedy now. Let's see what's good. Let's see if I can do this. January was good. I had like a college gig. I got paid to do some podcasting. Got some voiceover work. So like I made a decent amount. I think think I made like 9,000 or something. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I know your cap, like your at least minimum you wanted to make 5,000. That was your goal.
That was my goal. Yeah.
You almost doubled it.
Yeah, but like that's gross. Again, there's expenses, right? Like if I fly to do something, But anyway, so that was pretty good, and I was feeling pretty good about myself. I also, through advertising this podcast, I got like this social content freelance gig where I was like pitching and writing TikTok videos for this like finance company, like funny finance TikToks.
Yeah.
So I just did 3 videos and I got paid for that, and that was cool. I'm gonna getting paid for that next month.
So it's really specific. Like you need to be someone funny, and you need to know about money, and those things don't typically.
Yeah, but that's us, baby. Hire us. Amex, Visa, MasterCard.
Oh, please.
Anyways, so I was feeling pretty good about myself, but then this fucking thing happened where like I was hanging out with my friend, and he like brought another friend. And we're all like sort of in the comedy space. My friend, very funny, he recently blew up on Instagram and now he can tour because he has followers. So he literally used to like make no money, negative money even, and now he tours. And he's doing that thing that I described a couple weeks ago where he's making like $5,000 to $7,000 every weekend doing live stand-up comedy, this thing that he loves. And it's fucking cool, and like I'm so proud of him, and like he's always away because of that. And so we're like catching up, and like I there's no jealousy there, but it's more of an aspiration. I'm like, that's awesome. Like that's inspired. What I want to do. And I want to keep posting so I can get more followers and stuff. Then he invites his friend, and then he rolls up in a fucking white Mercedes Benz, and I'm like, uh-oh. And then he comes through, and like we're like, what's good, dude? Like, how's it going? Blah blah blah. We're like, I don't know him very well, but my friend does, and we're just sort of like, what are you up to, or whatever. And like he just like he sold a movie. He like sold a movie, a Hollywood movie. To like some huge network. I don't want to say the name because I don't want people to identify him. But like,
just from making TikTok?
No. He's like, I think he used to do stand up and now he just sells shows. That's what he does. He just sells shows.
Wow.
Now, do they get made or not? I don't know. But he sells shows.
Wow.
And I just felt like I was feeling proud of myself for making, $9K or whatever, doing just comedy shit. And then I like had this moment where I was like, oh wow, like why do I feel so small? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you compared yourself.
I did. But it was weird. It was like a financial comparison because like it has nothing to do with like funniness or whatever. It's just kind of like, oh, I don't even, it's like, it's one thing, like sometimes I compare myself to other people who in the biz who like sell shows or TV writers or producers. But then like the weak part of me, it's like, well, fuck that shit. Like I'm a stand-up comic,
Yeah.
But then my other friend was there who is a stand-up comic and doing this thing that I can't do yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like sort of stuck between like, I thought I was a TV writer, but I'm not. Well, I'm a stand-up, so it's fine. But it's like, am I a stand-up? Because I can't do what he's doing and I'm not making money in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'm doing fine. I thought I was doing fine, but like it's been like a weird week mentally because of that.
Right. Dude, you are doing fine, and you know that you're gonna probably. What if you surpass this person?
Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
You never know, especially with the power of social media.
Guys, follow this podcast.
Just like
let us grow. Let us fucking grow. Venmo me.
I would love
Venmo
for
us.
this goal to happen for you.
Thank you, Steffie. How are you doing financially?
Well, I just got a ticket today. So I'm.
This was me and you. I've never gotten a ticket.
Fuck you, dude.
I'm so good at that shit. I'm so good at following rules, bro.
So much.
I love rules.
You've never gotten one?
Never got a ticket.
Dude, that is so lame of you.
It's not hot.
I'm gonna put you in lame mode.
Why is that lame?
Well, no, actually, that's because I'm jealous. Like, I wish I was not out. 100. I actually got 2 tickets today.
Right. it was 2 different times or one violation?
At the same time.
At the same time, you're violating 2 laws.
2 different laws.
Okay.
And
how much was it?
Really,
let's get the amount.
And it was at an audition that I don't even know if I killed or not. I don't think I did.
Okay.
And so it makes me even more sad that this happened to me.
How much?
It's not bad. It's $113 total.
So it was like $50, $60 each.
Yeah, $50, $60 and $53 or something.
Now,
like
as someone who's never gotten a ticket, is that a lot?
Fuck you.
Is that a lot or no? I can't tell. Are tickets typically around $50?
Dude, you're being
such a dick right now.
You're being so annoying. Oh, how much is that? Like a lot or not? Oh my God! Get off your high horse.
But
This is how karma gets you for talking shit like that.
Oh shit.
So I hope good luck with you and your little Honda Fit. Yeah, make sure it fits in the right way.
But for real, like
no, that's actually okay because I saw the lady today who gave me the ticket, and I don't know why I didn't even argue with her. I was like, I'm just not gonna argue. I even said sorry. I told her sorry.
You can't do that.
But I don't know why. It was like weird. I was tired and stuff. And she was like, I was gonna give you another $300. It would have been, I could have towed you because of the registration. Like they could have towed, and she's like, that would have been another $350 for you. So she talked about it as if like she had done me a favor by giving me just 2 instead of 3.
That's fucking annoying.
It is, but anyways, if you get your car towed here in LA, it's about $350 to get it.
Oh God! No,
so
can I ask you something? Did you violate this note? Like, cause sometimes you are late for something like an audition, and you gotta fucking go. So you know that you may get a ticket, but you're like, whatever, let me just go. Is that what happened, or did you just not read the thing?
No, I did, but I thought that like it said that you could only have EV cars up to a certain point, but my butt was sticking out like this much.
That's why you got.
That's why I got the ticket. That was one of the tickets.
Okay.
The other thing was the registration, and I didn't. I moved, so I didn't get the registration sent to my new address, and so I need to update that at the DMV. But she said that I could get another $300 ticket if I don't update that like soon, and that just made me realize I took a toll. I went to go show property like 3 weeks ago before my meeting and before my trip, and I took the free toll road. Do you know what that is?
The
like
HOV?
It's like an express lane.
Oh, yeah. You have to pay for that. Right?
But I fucking put it into Google out in Orange County, and so I went through it without a little express thing. Yeah, and so I have to pay for that right now.
How much is it?
I think that's like a few cents unless you get a ticket.
You have to pay it right now?
No, I'm writing it in so I don't fucking forget and get another fucking ticket.
Well, today it's just 2 of us, and we wanted to catch up today because you just got back from vacation.
I did.
Seen you in a minute, so we want to do a solo episode, and today we wanted to cover the finances of dating someone for their great personality.
Oh, lovely.
And now what does this mean? It means that I think we heard in episode 2 that Steffie's been seeing somebody. She used to date men of great power and wealth, and now she's like, I want someone who respects me, is kind to me, and you're doing that. But it's been an interesting journey for you because, yes, he massages your feet, but he can't always sort of ball out in the way you want to. And you knew going into this vacation that things might get a little rocky, and now we're here to sort of hear all about it.
I have dated a lot of people who just happen to... Yeah, like I've been very privileged that they pay for a lot of the things.
And now they're rich. Is that what it is?
They're not necessarily rich, but they're like at least have like a 9-to-5 job, or they have a salary, or somewhere where like it's consistent.
Treating you is not that big of a deal.
It's not a big deal. Right. Culturally also, right? I think like mostly I've dated people that weren't white, and I think culturally they tend to like take care of their, I don't know.
I think they pay for women, but I will say that's not always like coming from a place of respect. I think sometimes it's coming from a respect of
just a cultural thing that you're
just
norm.
Like I think a lot of, if you're referring to Asian men, I think a lot of Asian cultures do not respect women. I think it's like rooted in that a little bit. I'm not saying it's always like that.
Wait, because they don't respect women.
I just think it's like it's just like we take care of the women. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the guys who do the work. You know, you were talking about your dad didn't let your mom work or whatever, right? It's like I think there's a relationship to that.
Right.
So it's not always the best intention, but the outcome is the same, and it's nice to fucking have your meal paid for. So
wait, no, hold on. By the way, my mom had to fucking work. She just didn't get paid.
By who?
My dad. So she worked her ass off, and my mom would complain about how he would go to like the gambling, like he would go like watch horse racing or whatever.
Yes.
And he would leave my mom at work, and she never got paid.
And
his payment is like her coming here to America and her like, just
Jesus,
just like living off of the family. Like it's ridiculous.
Right. Anyway, so that's what that is. But
yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay. But continue.
So it is kind of rooted. So the guy I'm dating right now, he is not of Asian descent. He is white.
We love a whitey.
White
people, we love you guys. Don't get scared.
We're both dating whiteys in what? Oh,
no,
okay. We don't.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. What? Okay, whatever. Anyways, so I don't know if it was a culture thing or not, but he is extremely budget oriented and almost like plans everything to a T. I'm the complete opposite. I just roll with the punches. I'm like, if I like something, I'll buy it, you know? And it's really, really hard to travel with someone like that. There were so many times internally I wanted to scream. I wanted to like leave. I felt like I wanted to leave the vacation. Like I wanted to come back. Because
just watching him behave this way while you're
so
on vacation.
Like little things just were so like he couldn't like leave that moment. It was like stuck in his head that he has a certain budget he needs to stick to.
Now let's start with like where it began. Planning the trip, right? Even planning the trip.
Yeah, so this was actually a present, a birthday present from last year that he was now cashing in on, right? He planned a trip for January.
Okay.
And I noticed like a week typically we were supposed to like leave in mid-January, but he had somehow like switched the dates, so like we were leaving a week after, and I didn't understand why.
Yeah.
I now understand why, because we initially were going to go to Vietnam and stay there the whole time. We're going to do 7 days in Saigon and 7 days in Hanoi. We went to Hanoi first, actually. Tet happened, which is Lunar New Year, and everything, any country like outside of here that does celebrate, they shut down the whole country. So we didn't know in Vietnam that nobody would be working during the first 5 days.
Okay, I was gonna ask because like so we shut down in Japan, but it's just one day. But in Vietnam, they're just shut down for the whole fucking week.
The whole week
so nothing is open.
So no government officials, no restaurants, everything's dead. No one's on the streets. It's
so you get to Vietnam, happy vacation, honey. And nothing is open.
Well, no, the first 7, we got there like 7 days before. Right. So we were able to go to Hanoi.
Yeah.
But it was the second leg of when we were going to Saigon or Ho Chi Minh that we realized this is a bad fucking idea.
Now, at this point, because you had the way you had phrased this story, you were like, oh, I don't know why you changed the dates. Are you suggesting? Yeah. Are you suggesting that he realized that tickets might have been cheaper if you move it a week because of Tet, so he just changed the vacation dates because it would be cheaper? Wow! And now has this been confirmed?
No, because I brought it up to him yesterday, and he was like, "No,
it's
not true." He's like, "No, it's actually." He said it's more expensive to fly out there during that time, which makes absolutely no sense because nobody was on the flight. Nobody was on the flight. No one's in the country.
Yeah.
But he was like,
let's fucking dissect.
But the hotels were cheaper.
Okay.
So I think that there was a part of it was because it was partially cheaper, but that might not be.
Now let's just role play here and pretend that was true.
Yeah.
Let's say that he was like, okay, Steffie, I want to take you out. Right. I love you. I got you this vacation. You're like, oh, thank you. And then like a week later, I'm looking on Kayak and I'm like, wait a second, like I could save $500 if I just shift everything 1 week.
Yeah.
And I do that, and let's just say that is what actually happened.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? Because you like this guy.
I mean, I'm going about it, and I'm still with him with that thought, right? Like, I truly inside, there's this part of me. But it's fucked up because obviously I should be so grateful that he took me on this trip.
It's free for you as of now.
It's fucking free.
Yes, it's fucking free.
It's been free not everything, because...
Right. Well, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But I feel like I'm so... it makes me feel spoiled. So there was all this internal like struggle I was having while being annoyed by him on the trip, because I was like, but it's free. This is why, like there's nothing... I shouldn't be feeling this way, but it was like a lack of... there was like no... it felt like I wasn't free to do what I wanted to do, because it was almost like I was on his...
Okay, so like you're in Vietnam and now you have this... So you like basically like a week into the trip, you have this like weird suspicion that like... Because like it seems like there's all these like things happening that remind you of like his budget consciousness. And so this thing hits you where you're like, oh fuck, did he just move this vacation to save money?
Right.
Now like that's huge, obviously.
Right.
And so so what happened next is you didn't want to stay in Vietnam anymore because nothing is open.
And
so you brought this up.
I was like, bro, you do not want to stay in a dead zone. Like you don't want to be... I don't even know if that's the wrong way to say something, but you don't want to go somewhere where there's nothing to do. It's not going to be vacation.
Right.
I was like, why don't we go to Japan? Because
nothing's open.
There was when we were on the way to Vietnam, we actually stopped in Japan for the leg of the flight.
Yeah.
And we had ramen. We're like, oh my God, I wish we were just here.
You went out of the airport to get ramen, and you ate within the airport?
In the airport.
Airport ramen fucking sucks.
Bro, I didn't know I was going to go back to Japan, so I ate it. I was excited, right?
Yeah. How did that conversation go when he like sort of planned everything out for you?
Oh, he wasn't going to do it.
And you're like, hey, everything is closed because there's like this national holiday that's really important to the Vietnamese people. I'm in Asia. I don't come here that often. I like to go to a different city where it's poppin'. You bring this up. How did he take it? How did it go down? How did you convince him?
He looked really stressed out. Like, I looked in his eyes and I was like, hey, this is this other, like, let's just take this other opportunity. And because he's so like stuck in his plan, it was as if like something in his brain like it was like nothing was computing. He was
do you think
I'm not gonna shift this thing?
No,
right?
is it because he like has a plan and we're not following that plan, or do you think it was like, oh wow, like Japan's more expensive than Vietnam?
Yes.
Now I gotta buy a new plane ticket.
I think it was all of the above.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, let's see if we could get our money back for everything else, because we had already booked hotels and everything. And he was like, he already went in with the idea that nothing can be refunded.
Right.
So he was already,
so
okay. He's like, no, I'm not going to. He's like, there's no way. And then I was like, no, it's going to work. Like, believe, like, things just work out. It'll work out. We just need to put in the time to do it. And so the only way I could convince him, and so he had for 3 days, he hadn't confirmed that we were going to go or not. And it was already time. We were already even taking the COVID test. Yet he still wasn't confirming it. So I was like, bro, we need to do this thing. And he was just like slow on making a decision. And he's like, let's just go to Vietnam. Like, it's fine. We'll just figure something out to do. And I was like, no, there's literally nothing to do. We gotta fucking leave. We gotta leave. Yeah. So we leave with the exception that I have to pay to go to Japan.
Okay, that was the condition.
That was
like,
the condition.
I can't pay for your ticket.
He wouldn't.
Now, how much is that ticket from Vietnam to Japan? It's not that far.
It was like $400.
Okay, it's like New York to LA vibes.
Yeah,
okay. And now, when he proposed that, how did that make you feel?
Actually, I think I proposed it because I think he was waiting for it. I think he didn't, because he was like, I'm stressed about the money.
Now, do you feel like you were owed that plane ticket, or were you cool with paying?
No, I didn't feel like I was owed.
You were like sort of changing the plan.
Yeah, I felt like it made sense. Like,
no, did you?
But
feel
it still didn't. But it's still kind of like, for some reason, it made me feel fugly. It made me feel like, unfortunately, in this toxic way, that something about my value as a woman, as we're conditioned to think, is like the value is based on like how beautiful I am, and for some reason paying for that ticket made me feel devalued.
Wow.
I know it's
now can I ask you about your history? Okay, first of all, before the listeners freak out in the comments, okay? Yeah. This is a safe space. It's a safe space. Yeah. You know, we're exploring raw emotions here.
Yeah.
And I see your story. Now, at any moment, did you feel like, oh, am I being like a little fucking brat? Like, did you ever feel that way?
Every single moment of the way.
But it was conflicting.
I knew what I was doing.
You knew what you were doing.
I conflicted, and I even told him that. I was like, I know I'm being fucking, I'm being a little brat right now. Yeah. But I was guaranteeing to him, though, that he will not have a good time if he stays.
Right.
Like, I knew for a fact if we stayed there, this trip was going to go to shit.
Because you can't eat anything.
And I was going to be mad at him because
right.
there was something we could have done.
Right. Just
because of money, what I noticed is he is not willing to shift. For me, I'm willing to pay for time. Like, right, I'll pay for he didn't want to do that. Everything we did, it was like, if we took the train or like he would rather pay for the cheaper thing instead of like being able to get to somewhere like within a shorter amount of time.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, that's kind of the same thing with this trip to me, was that he was like, let's just like wait it out for 5 days and then let things open up again. And I was like,
I mean, it's tough because I feel like as people in the West, we like going to Asia is so far away. And I know when I go, it's always a treat. And I know that I'm not going to be back, that I don't know when I'll be back again. Yeah. And so I totally, like, maybe there is a little bit of a element of a brat, but I'm also just like, I feel you. It's like, damn, man. Like, I don't know when I can afford an Asia trip next time. Like,
time also. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're already there, and it's only $400 more. Like, if you flew from LA to Tokyo, that's fucking $2,000 right now.
Right.
You know. So, I do feel like I feel I understand what's going on.
Right.
Now, when you got to Japan, did you? Okay, first of all, like.
By the way, he got all his money back.
That's great.
He got every.
Did you help him?
Because
figure that out?
Yes, he didn't believe it, and he wasn't even necessarily trying hard enough to. And I had to coach him with almost every call, but he did all the work. He did do all the work, and it was just such a learning experience of like, we're just so different.
But like, how do you? Okay, so. It's crazy because this vacation just started. You're already fucking thinking about money every day now. Because,
oh my God.
Ever since this revelation, like, oh my God, he changed it because it's cheaper during Tet. Now you're like, you see everything through the lens of money, this Japan thing. And now, like, you know, obviously the yen is weak as fuck right now, but it's more expensive compared to Vietnam. So now you got to be thinking about that.
Vietnam, we were getting like coffees for like 70 cents. Like nice coffees.
No. Coffee, if a nice cup of coffee in Japan is still probably like 700 yen or some shit, you know, which is probably like $5.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
Unless
yeah, it
you're
is
getting
600. It's 600 Tullies.
Yeah.
They love Tullies
Oh,
over
they
there.
love Tullies.
Yeah. I thought that was I looked it up. It's an American thing. I've never heard of Tullies.
They love Americana stuff. Japan loves like American shit.
Japan's the best, man.
So when you got to Japan, because everything's more expensive, I remember I was texting with you and you're like, oh, we're going to go to Onsen or whatever. These are very expensive things. I remember I fucking did an Onsen in 2019 with my girlfriend. We stayed at this hotel that had a private bath and you could see Mount Fuji. It was $700 a night.
In Hakone?
In Hakone.
700?
Yeah. So we stayed. We just stayed for one night, but it came with dinner and like they like brought us sashimi to our room and stuff.
Yeah.
Ryuken? What the fuck?
Is that
that sounds like a fucking Street Fighter
what
move.
Am I thinking?
Ryuken! No, ryokan, ROAKAN. Ryokan just means like bathhouse. Like
it's pronounced yokan?
Yo. It's a sound that only exists in Japan. RYO. Like
is
the
yo?
character from Street Fighter, like RYU. It's not Ryu, it's Ryu. Like, but it's a sound that only exists. Like you can't make it. It sounds like a D.
Yeah.
But you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, you go Ryu.
Where the fuck is the D in there?
It sounds like it sounds like a D. Ryu.
You
can't say it. It's like a unique Japanese sound. Anyways, ryokan is what it's called.
Okay. Yes. So you went to one of those.
Yeah, but we splurged because it's like
$700 is fucking insane for you.
Yeah, for me it is insane. But like it was
just generally
so worth it. Like, the room was huge. And then like these fucking like little Japanese ladies come at night and they like set the so there's no beds. They set the futon for you. They make the bed for you. It's hilarious. I was like, you're gonna fuck on there. That's hilarious.
I thought about that. I was like, how many times have people come on these sheets? Like just
that's every fucking hotel.
Yes, but for some reason seeing it in Asian form and seeing like the Asian blankets. It's just like it's just something about it was extra like I couldn't stop thinking of like Japanese porn. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it because we're all.
To me.
I'm apologizing to the Japanese. I don't know.
No, but that's not because they do film a lot of porn in those settings. That's so funny. Sometimes when I watch Japanese porn now, I'm just like, oh, I love onsens. You know what I'm saying? Because they do like they have a lot of onsen porn. Onsen, white people who are listening, it's like a hot spring.
Natural hot spring.
It's great for your skin. It's a huge part of a lot of Asian cultures. We get naked, we get butt ass naked, and we just chill, and it's amazing. It's separated by the sexes. It's fine.
There's nothing like.
But there's a lot of porn filmed in those places,
I've
or
never
like
watched
in those
one,
settings.
But I'm going to now watch one.
I know, but every time whenever I watch hot spring porn, after it, I don't even jerk off. I just look up like Hakone hotels and I see if I could just I'm like, I wonder how much it would be for me to go to Mount Fuji.
Like I just want to like go and sit on jizzed on blankets.
Honestly, I want to go so bad and I'm so budget conscious that I would pay like if they had a thing where it's like all inclusive onsen trip, but we're gonna be filming porn and you gotta just be in the back. I'd be like, yeah, I'll take me. I'll go. And so like I'm just like chilling, drinking my beer. Some guy's doing anal 3 meters away from me, and I'm like, I got a deal. I'm fine.
Sure they're looking for interns.
Probably. Hakone, hell
Hit
yeah, dude. Hakone hose,
down.
check it out.
Bro, yeah, I never seen it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Things are just mad sexy when it's like Asian too. Like,
it's so funny because we'll get to this a little bit, but like we were texting a little bit while you're in Japan, and you were like sending me pictures of food that you're eating in Japan.
Oh my God.
And it's so funny because if you sent this to your white friends, I don't think they would know. You're sending like, oh, I'm eating soba. I'm eating like tendon, which is like tempura on top of rice. And it's like in America, that's just like $19, as we've discussed before. But in Japan, if you're eating soba every day, I'm like, oh, you broke. Like that is not fancy, bro. That's that shit that like middle schoolers eat because they have like a little bit of money and they're trying to hang out with their friends.
We were fucking on a budget, okay?
Bro.
He waited 4 hours at a fucking ramen spot. Mind you, it was one of those like Michelin rated spots.
Yeah.
But it was like there's 3 Michelin ramen places that are really cheap. He stayed outside for 4 hours in fucking like probably 20 degrees heat or cold.
Did he say it was good?
He said it was the best. And I was like, bro, of course it's fucking good. They made you wait 4 fucking hours in the cold. Of course.
That shit's dumb because
a bowl of ramen's going to be fucking delicious when you could go anywhere. On the street.
There's so many ramen shops in Japan.
Many.
And they're all $5 or less. It's
exactly.
fucking wild.
So he fucking waited for that. I, on the other hand, couldn't go with him because I was like, there's no way I'm going to wait 4 hours with him.
Yeah.
So I went to a tempura place that normally is very expensive. It's a tempura bar, so there's
those places
front.
are expensive.
Yeah, so that
They're
picture
expensive.
I sent you was actually, but I went at lunch where it was only 1,000
The lunch
yen.
special.
The
special.
lunch, which was the tendon.
Yeah,
And it was fucking delicious. I talked to some like locals and stuff, and it was a good time. But I was like really cheap. I only bought like not only, but I did buy a lot of like those machine coffees, not like a touristy way, but because it saved money.
Oh, I knew you were in trouble when I didn't see you at like some fancy like Jiro type of sushi spot. Every time my American friends go to fucking Japan, they're always like, we're at this like crazy sushi spot where it's like made by this guy who's 3,000 years old and like it's his dead corpse still moving, like it's that kind of shit.
There's just everything is so good in Japan. Like even like the shitty, like very cheap food is delicious.
Dude, the rice bowl at 7-Eleven is orgasmic. My friend, I don't know why I'm saying my friend, Mike Nguyen, who I used to do the podcast with, him and his wife went to their honeymoon in Japan and Korea. Very, very political.
Oh, that's
very political. His wife is Korean. He's Vietnamese.
Okay.
They went to both. And he was saying that like a lot of Japanese restaurants wouldn't let them in because they didn't speak Japanese. I was wondering if that happened to you.
Never.
They said like a lot of times they would like, if they don't speak Japanese, they'd be like, oh, sorry, like Japanese only or whatever.
Okay, can I say something though?
Yeah,
what happened is because they haven't been open because of tourism, like COVID,
they
went broke, right?
Everybody
like not
went
broke. Everyone's broke. Like
right.
nobody.
So they'll just take.
I think they were purposely being nicer and like.
This is so funny. So you're saying to end racism, the economy needs to go down.
They have to be desperate enough to take on. And
when you're broke, you're like, everyone's equal.
Seriously, dude.
That is genius and so sad at the same time.
I know. So I could just tell like they were being extra nice.
That's true because Mike went before COVID when they weren't broke and Japanese people could afford to be racist.
Yeah.
Now they cannot.
No.
Being racist is an expensive sport. You know what I'm saying? It's like water polo. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look into the different countries. You gotta understand what race they are.
Yeah.
If you want to make fun, you have to like look into different religions. But being open-minded is free.
Yeah.
And it's cost free. So.
And money is not racist at all.
Money is
very not.
God damn. Do you think that this vacation made you a better person? Because the way you're telling it, you're like, I'm being a little brat. But I hear a little bit of like, but I don't want to feel this way. But this is just sort of what I'm used to because men used to fly me on vacations all the time or whatever. Now, do you think like, is it weird for you to come back down to reality? That's just sort of where people are at right now, Yeah,
like I just feel like, I don't know if I'm a better person, but I'm more of a conscious person and I'm aware of like the struggles. And because of that, I think I feel like it's just, I'm being more human about it. And yes, I'm being more realistic. And it's just, all of these things just remind me of how money just like runs my mind. And it's just
money rules everything around us.
Yeah. And I think it has humbled me, but I don't mind it because I like him. I think he's a really good guy. He's nice and like, again, the great personality.
It's got costs, but it's worth it. Right. So you don't like,
it's either that or the dick, and you know what? we
His
still,
dick must be good because it's like you're eating fucking 7-Eleven rice balls all day, every day. I saw your credit card. It's like
Bro.
Lawson, Family Mart, Circle K, 7-Eleven, bro, like 7-Eleven bentos. But you're like, I love him. So
I know.
damn, he's got that 7-Eleven bento box dick, and that's
you know
fucking
what?
rare.
Yeah, but he knows what I like, and so like he did buy me for Christmas. He bought me like these Margiela heels.
Okay, what the fuck? That's incredible.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like he knows what I like, but he said he's never done that for anyone else. Like he's not like that normally. So he obviously like knows like my love language. One of them is gifts and stuff like that, right? But he just doesn't. He doesn't naturally do those things.
Do you think part of this is because like I know it's very easy for someone to listen to this and be like, oh, she's being so selfish. But I wonder because I have friends. They're not my friends. They're like for dating my friends who are models and very beautiful women. And I feel like they're sort of surrounded by rich guys who want to give them the world.
Yes, my friends, my model friends are literally like, they get flown around everywhere. They get their houses.
But I'm not talking about for work. I'm talking about by guys.
No, by guys.
By guys.
Their boyfriends are paying for their trips.
That's
they're
what
paying
I'm
for
saying.
their rent. They're buying them really fancy. Like,
so that's the world because you're a model.
Yeah.
You're a part-time model.
Yeah, exactly.
Part-time podcaster, part-time model. And so you're in this world where everybody this is the norm. And
it's the norm, and
that's why I don't want to attack you too much because I feel like that's just like what you saw, you know?
This is what I'm surrounded by, being in LA with like beautiful people and whatnot, and like
it's hard to tell them that you're like, oh, they're like, how was Japan? Did you go to Jiro? And you're like, no, we went to Yoshinoya Beef Ball. You can't say that at your next model gig.
I don't even. Yeah, like it's just I'm accustomed to like, you know, people like he's definitely the most. It's not that he's poor or anything.
No, and
he's just the most like.
He's just
financially
He's normal
person I've dated. Like, and in the past, it's not that I've been looking for someone that wasn't. It just I never dated someone out that wasn't like in a way that was financially even more. For long term, I haven't dated someone long term that was like more financially like making equivalent to me maybe. So like guys, you know, I've just had so many like people paying for, you know, I don't even want to say all this stuff because it just sounds crazy. Like
I don't think it's
designer
like,
shit.
Yeah.
Like, having cars picked up, you know, like sending me like it's just that it's kind of it happens to a lot of the models here. So
right. But those guys didn't have the 7-Eleven bento dick. They couldn't even get hard.
Honestly, it's the truth. It's kind of true. And I'm like, now I get when women are like, oh, she's dick whipped. He's also really a nice guy. No, he has really good values, and he teaches me a lot about like just being patient and eating healthier and like just he's a very family oriented person. But I think because he's always known that those are the things that I am accustomed to. He just knows because before we were dating, we would just talk about these things, right? He like is very service oriented. Like he massages my feet, he like cooks, and he does all these other things that are just really nice.
The rich guys wouldn't do. They might pay for a massage, but they're not gonna fucking.
Yeah, they don't spend that much time with me like that. They might with other ways, like going out and eating, but like making food, maybe
quality
like
time.
Quality time.
You feel loved.
The quality of the massage.
Yeah.
You know when someone's trying to give you a massage and it's just like half-ass, just to get it
get that
in.
Money.
Yeah, but this is different.
Getting a massage from somebody who makes $75,000, the best. Let's move on to the audit game. This is where we look at Steffie's credit card statement from this last month, and we look at what she's been up to, her relationship with money. And this is the vacation edition because she just came back from Vietnam and Japan, so a lot of these are from those things. I picked out a couple of things here. You sent this to me very last minute, and I'm sorry I did not get to look at them.
They're all in Japanese, which is actually useful for you.
As I was reading these, I like got really nostalgic.
Aww.
I was like, "Oh."
Anything you wish you had, food-wise, on there?
Honestly, just the fucking like 7-Elevens, the Lawsons, the fucking like Family Mart shit. I do miss. I want to start here. You know, I was roasting you earlier about like, you know, like, oh, you're like in Japan. Luckily in Japan everything is good, but like it's just funny that you're eating at these places that are like kind of, you know, affordable.
It's kind of fun in its own way.
It's fun, of course. First of all, okay, already January 30th, you ate at a Denny's. You ate at a Denny's.
That was the last meal.
Which, like, by the way, I know Denny's in America is such like a oh fucking Denny's, but like in Japan it's actually pretty good. You can also get like a salmon bento there. You can get miso soup. You can get omurice.
Got? Yes. I got, you know, mentaiko pasta. That's what I had.
Mentaiko is, what is that? A salmon roe?
It's a roe, the tiny ones. Yes. Yeah. Spicy
I was just
roe.
translating for white listeners.
Yeah. Or yes.
$8.91. That's an amazing price. No tip, by the way.
Nothing. Yes. Oh my
Dude,
God.
you cannot get pasta in America for $8.91. Or like not in LA or New York.
Dude, it's so cool. The Denny's looks cool there.
And they're all dressed like the waiters there.
1960s kind of like diner
with the apron thing.
With the apron.
And they
had the
press a little button.
The dopest fit. And you know what? They also had this thing. What was popular there is the drink bar. So did you hear about this? It's like you buy a drink.
Thing.
No, not here though. I've never seen that.
Oh, not here. No, drink bars in Japan have been a thing forever. You go up and you.
Yeah, you buy like a one-time thing and you just drink as much. Like I saw people with like cups stacked, like 10 cups stacked, and then you go. It's kind of like a buffet style for drinks, right? It's like coffees, teas, drinks.
Yeah.
That I've never seen that.
Did you get the when I was growing up in Japan, my favorite thing to do when I go to, we call these like family restaurants, but I would always get the melon soda.
Oh, I love that. With the ice cream.
With the ice cream. That's my go-to.
Neon green.
This neon green. Why people don't freak out. It's very good. Check out melon soda at your local Mitsuwa market.
It looks toxic. It looks like the
Simpsons. Now I have a question. $8.91. Did you pay for your boyfriend here? What's happening? Is it separate checks?
He didn't eat that night because we would just get into like these arguments, and then he would get mad if we couldn't go to the places he wanted to eat because it closed. Like he would get like, so I'd be like, okay, I'm more chill. So I'm like, okay, let's just go to this place. Everything's closed right now. We got to go to this place anyways. And he would just like, so he was in a bad mood that he couldn't go to so it's like, I was like, let's go to Denny's. And he's like, fuck no. Anytime it was anything kind of American or westernized, he'd be like, fuck no. But I kept trying to explain to him, westernized things there is like still Japanese.
Dude, like, this is hitting me so hard because last time I went to Japan, with Maria, and like she like didn't want to go to Denny's, or like we have there's a Italian restaurant called Saizeria. It's just a Japanese Italian restaurant. It's so good and it's cheap, and like that's the kind of shit I want to eat because I miss it. But like, no, she wants to go to like a fancy one, which like the fancy ones are good too, but like I feel like they don't understand like this like sort of kids of immigrant mentality where it's like, the fancy shit's cool for sure, but like there's amazing Italian food in America. But I'm just saying, like, this kind of like, I want to eat like a Japanese spaghetti where they put like seaweed and tuna in there. Yeah. And I can't get that unless I go to fucking Denny's.
Yeah, like I don't think they understand that the westernized food is always going to be, it's its own version of a westernized Japanese thing. Yes. And it's fucking the best.
It's best. It's different. It's different enough that you don't feel like you're eating Italian. I've never slipped on a cod roe pasta and been like, mamma mia. You know what I'm saying? Like, the vibes are different. The vibes are different, bro. You know, it's not the same.
That was like it's a me Mario type of cod roe.
It's a me Mario cod roe.
Yeah.
God damn. All right, let's move on here.
Yeah.
Question, January 26th, this is when you're still in Japan. You got a charge from Sasco TTM 09 Ho Chi Minh 270. In the middle of your Japan trip, you're getting Vietnamese charges. What the fuck is this a scam? What's going on here?
Oh no. I don't know. I have to look into it.
270.
What do you think that is? Why is it 270?
I don't know. Let's fucking Google it. Here we go.
Should we?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna do a deep dive, but I'll do a quick Google search to see what it is.
What does it say? TripAdvisor.
We inspire your. Oh, it's a travel agency.
What? I didn't use a travel
Sasco
agent.
Travel.
SIM card.
Did you buy something? You're getting charged.
But why they charge me another $2?
I don't know. You weren't there, so I don't know how they have your credit.
Fuck?
You're getting scammed, bro. You weren't even there.
Oh, thank God for this podcast. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and call them.
Sometimes I feel like you don't do this podcast because you're into this. You just do it because you want a weekly reminder of What a fucking mess you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I do. It does keep me in check. I'm not gonna lie. It does. And
January 26th, Checker Cab Tokyo, $54. Now, I will say for context, people are like, "What's the big deal? You took a cab." Some cultural context. People in Japan don't fucking take cabs. It's considered very expensive. If you're taking a cab, it's because your company's paying for it or you're a fucking celebrity. Also, are the cabs still the same where like everybody drives a Toyota Crown, which is a car that they only sell in Japan, and the doors open automatically. The drivers are wearing white gloves. Yeah. They're so cute with their little hats. Yeah. And there's no GPS. They know exactly where everything is. And you just tell them. And
they are using GPS now, but the door does open and it makes you feel really special. Confused because it's on the other side.
It's fucking expensive, man.
Dude, $54. Yes, I forget why. I think it was to go to the airport. It was the only time we needed to take a cab because it was too fucking cold. But
that's good.
Yeah, everything else we did take the train. It was annoying having to take the train from the airport. It was easy, but like having to carry all those bags that we had. I made him carry it because I was like, if we're not taking a cab,
you're such a fucking diva,
dude. It's so
you didn't carry one bag.
No, I carried like my backpack, and then sometimes I would carry his.
Oh, your backpack. That's
this is making me look so bad.
No, it's okay. Whatever. It's okay. I just think that
you're like, it's okay. It's entertaining.
No, because this podcast is not about shaming. It's just about it's your relationship with it, and it's fascinating.
Also, by the way, I want to say I work really hard at sucking his dick, okay? So, like, I feel like I'm owed all these things.
You're owed a trip to Japan.
Yes, like, why do you think that
a trip to Hakone?
He's down to do this? Yeah. Because I work
very
hard
to keep
him Yeah, I don't need to, but it is like my sad girl in me thing that I have to do to like.
No, I feel that. I mean, I don't really get head anymore, but it's,
Really?
It's
how long that's sad.
No, it's okay.
But it's okay because I'm sure she provides in other ways.
She provides in other ways. Also, I'm in an open relationship, so she always says I'm outsourcing blowjobs, which is fine. The other girls do a great job. So thank you so much, anybody who sucked my dick. It's been an honor. Guys, that was the episode. Thank you so much for listening.
Oh my god.
Where can our fans find you, Steffi? Plug your shit.
Okay. Please Venmo me at Steffie is me. Mm-hmm. Please send me some money so that I can go on more vacations.
If you Venmo us, we'll give you a shout out on the podcast and we'll talk about it. And I do want to give a shout out to Nick. I can't say his last name, but he did Venmo me last week because he listened to an episode where I talked about how I can't afford an opener. So he gave me $10 and he was like, "Here's 10% of what it costs to hire an opener." So thank you.
That's awesome.
For supporting my comedy career.
That's awesome. Please subscribe. I have on my Instagram, I have a subscription thing. It's
for what?
Exclusive content.
What are you posting on there?
Oh, you would like to know.
You have nothing.
Why don't you subscribe? No, dude, nothing. I have been going off and posting like everything every like vloggy thing that I want to post, but I'm just like, don't post on my
you do it for public.
I do it on
there. Are people liking it?
Yeah, people like it. I do stuff about my life. I do like literally like in the moment, like if I'm doing something, I'll post it on there because it's like fun. I feel like it's like a secret that I'm like having with my fans. And I won't do sexy pics. Not many. Okay. Not many, but it's not sexy content. And I'm sorry, the first month that I had the subscriptions, people subscribed and I didn't do good content. Mm-hmm. But now I'm giving out like good exclusive content.
This is through Instagram.
It's through Instagram.
So check out Steffie's Instagram.
Yeah, and go to Baked Goods, BAKEDGUDS, and check me out on SteffieBake.com.
Please follow me on Instagram at thefumiabe. That's THEFUMIABE. That's also my Venmo. Hit it up. We're probably gonna do a Patreon soon. We'll have to talk about that. See if we can put out some bonus content for y'all.
Doesn't it turn you on when you get paid? There's something about when I get paid, so I get a little turned on.
What, from Patreon?
From anything.
Oh, from anything?
I don't know. It's this weird thing. I'm like, oh.
Have you ever had a real job? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean like from this kind of stuff?
When it's like a fan or like someone like it doesn't even matter if it's like when I hear like the Venmo sound go off, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but that could be someone just paying you back what they owe, or even somebody.
I know,
somebody could be charging you. Hey. Gas, half rent.
No, this make the same sound. It's different. Oh, baby.
Goddamn.
I know.
Also, if you have a financial bind or want to talk about something, on the pod, we have an email, CashCutiesPodcast@gmail.com. What we want to start doing is we want to like do like a mailbag thing, but instead of reading it, I want you to say it. So if you want to do a voice memo of like something you want us to talk about or a problem that you're going through, a question you want to ask us, record a voice memo on your phone. Please make it under 20 to 15 seconds and email us, and then we'll put it in the podcast and then we'll answer it. And I think it'd be great. And if anyone's emailed us already, please just send us the same thing, but just in a voice memo
Hell
format.
yeah.
And I think that could be really fun. We love you guys, cuties. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, please spend your money wisely.
Bye, guys, or not.